Hi everyone, this is Eldad Amara with my channel Eyes Wide Shut, where I look at current affairs and I also look at political affairs. I also have another channel, my side channel, which is called Spiritual Echelons, where I look at religion, I look at spirituality, yoga, meditation, natural medicines and all of those kinds of things. So if you're more interested in those kinds of things, please go to my side channel, Spiritual Echelons. Now this is my third part in this video entitled How the Fear of Failure Can Kill Your Confidence. How the fear of failure can kill your confidence. I'm not going to go back over the other two videos which I've done. You can go back and have a look at part 1 and part 2, but I will talk about the main themes, which is fear, how fear holds a lot of people back. Also, procrastination, how procrastination, just thinking about something all the time and not putting your actions into practice, how this can also affect you. And also the lack of confidence, how this can also hold you back. Now it's very important, it is very important to try and move amongst people of like minds, people who are confident, people who are motivated, people who believe in you and believe in what you are doing, as opposed to moving amongst people who haven't got the same beliefs that you have, that try to encourage you, that try to help you, that try to motivate you, that have high self-esteem. Whereas if you move amongst people with low motivation, these people will hold you back. Trust what I'm telling you. These sorts of people will hold you back. Have you ever been amongst people who are quite negative? They take up a lot of your time talking about themselves, talking about their problems, talking about how they can't do this and that, they can't do that. These kinds of people will suck out your energy. When you walk away from them, you feel drained. Have you ever had that situation yourself? You've been with someone and they've been taking up your time and your energy, talking about themselves and talking about their problems, and then when you walk away from them, you feel totally exhausted. That is because they're draining out your energy. Now, it's best not to move amongst people like that, because they're just wasting your energy and they're wasting your time, the vital time which not many of us really have on this earth. That's one thing that's going against us, is time. So move amongst positive people. When I was younger, I had 2 mentors and they were extremely positive. I had my lecturer from my college, and he always used to say to me, you know what, I can see you got the potential to become a leader, to become a manager. And you know what, he really pushed me, and I got my qualifications and went on to do some really good things. I also had another mentor, her name was Sally Jenner, but she said to me, you know what, I can see you've got so much potential. You've got so much potential to become a play scheme leader and a youth worker, and go on to become a youth leader. And you know what, she really pushed me. Just like Colin Burgess, who was my lecturer, he said to me, I can see you have so much potential. Now these people made me feel so confident in myself, and they helped to raise my self-esteem. Now there was another person, his name was Jerry. He was my boss. And when I turned around, I said to him, you know, I'm thinking of going to college and I'd like to do social science. And you know what he turned around and said to me? I don't think you have the ability to become a social scientist. I don't believe that you have the intelligence to become a social scientist. You realize that that profession is very difficult, and you have to have a lot of intelligence in order to become a social scientist. man, I want to prove this guy wrong. So you know what? After working with him for almost 3 years, I decided to go on to college, and then from there I went on to university. You see how some people will try and kill your confidence instead of boosting you, instead of trying to uplift you, instead of trying to motivate you, they want to pull you down. You have some employers like this. You have some workmates like this. You also have some colleagues who are like this, and family members. It's like they don't want to see you. They want to try and keep you down on their level. This is not everybody, because there are some family members who are very motivated, who try and support you and try and lift you up. There are some workmates that's like that also. But I'm saying at the same time, there are some people, they call themselves friends, they call themselves family, and they don't have the best interest for you. There's many people out there and they're not confident in their own skin. If you're not confident in your own skin, now this is going to hold you back. So you have to try to have self-motivation, and that has to come from you, and has to come from within. You have to have the confidence to believe that you can do the thing that you want to accomplish, the thing that you want to achieve. It has to come from you. And as Bob Marley once said, know thyself. Know thyself. The words that we use and how we perceive ourselves will be projected outwardly. So try and use positive language about yourself as opposed to using negative language. The way that you perceive yourself and the language that you use will project outwardly. So try and use positive words. Yes, I can. Yes, I will. As opposed to, no, I can't. No, I haven't got enough time. Oh, I wish I had enough time to be able to do this. I wish I had enough time to go to college. I wish I had enough time to take driving lessons. The language that you use will define you. So if you want to define yourself as being positive, you need to use positive language. Another thing is that we need to take care of ourselves. Because as my grandmother once said, your health comes first. Your health comes first. So if you're not getting enough sleep, if you're not eating right, then you're going to be more than likely less motivated, because your energy levels will be low, and that will bring down your vibration and it will bring down your energy. So it's very important to watch what you're eating, make sure you have enough sleep and have enough rest, because if you don't have these things, then it's more than likely that your vibration is going to be low and your energy. The yin and the yang principle. Try and have a balanced life. Try and have a balanced diet. Try and have balanced sleep. The fear of failure keeps so many people back. The fear of failure can hold you back. It can be like a prison. But also, people also fear success. They fear if they're successful that their business, for example, may end up closing down. They open up a business and they have this fear in their mind that their business is not going to be very successful, that they're going to fail in their business, that their business maybe after a couple of years is going to crash. And that's even before they've even started their business. The fear of failure, the fear of success can also be things that can hold a person back. They just sit there and they procrastinate. They procrastinate and they don't do nothing because of the fear of failure. I know some people who wanted to open up a business, but because they fear failure, they don't bother. So they continue to work for another employer, to work for another boss, because they don't think that they're going to be successful in their job, even though they haven't even tried yet. But that fear is holding them back, is stopping them from trying, is stopping them from at least trying to take the step towards that goal. Which leads me on to another thing. You need to have a plan. You need to sit down and have a plan, write out a plan. But make sure that the goals that you're trying to achieve are realistic. And start with the small steps first. Start with the small goals first. Tick them off as you complete them. And believe you me, every time you tick off a goal, you will feel more confident in yourself. Trust what I'm telling you. I know that from personal experience. Tick off the small goals first. Alright, try and complete the small goals first. That'll give you more confidence to go on to the next step. And tick off the next goal. And then move on to the next one and tick that one off. And then eventually you see, you start to become much more confident to be able to move on to those bigger goals. Those bigger goals, you don't have to try and complete them all in one day. It could be over a process of 2 weeks. Okay? You move up in stages, and as you move up in stages and you complete those stages, you tick them off. I'm going to show you this. I've showed this before in other videos, an emotional vibration chart. An emotional vibration chart. Okay? An emotional vibration chart. At the bottom of the chart, it's quite narrow. These are emotions. Okay? But this funnel starts to open up as you go up towards self-actualization. Fear is somewhere down here at the bottom of the funnel. Okay? But as you start to move up and become more confident, that funnel starts to open up and expand. Fear contracts you. Fear contracts you. But as you become more confident, you start to expand. At the bottom of the emotional chart is something called shame, which only carries a 20 hertz frequency. Then you go up to the guilt, which only carries a 30 hertz frequency. Okay? And frequencies are measured in hertz. Hertz are measured by waves from peak to peak. As you go up, you got apathy, which carries a 50 hertz frequency. And then, I'm not going to discuss them all here. Fear. Fear is a really big one. Fear only carries a 100 hertz frequency. Many people who live in fear live at that 100 hertz frequency. Desire, 125 hertz frequency. Courage, 200 hertz frequency. Love, 500 hertz frequency. And then enlightenment carries 700 to 1000 hertz frequency. Let me show you this chart again. Vibrational emotion chart. Emotions are nothing but energy in motion. Is what energy in motion. Okay? That is what emotion is. Energy in motion. The language that we use is very important. We need to use positive language, and we need to be around positive-minded people. People are well motivated, people with high self-esteem, as opposed to moving around with people with low self-esteem and low motivation. We need to get out of that role of procrastinating, because it keeps us back, it holds us back, it keeps us in an emotional prison. It also, what does it also do? It also constipates our emotion, so we never do anything. We need to move amongst like-minded people. We need to learn to love ourselves, and we need to mind the language that we use about ourselves, because that defines us. This is Eldad Amara with my third and final video, and I hope that this helps you. And if you find this video useful, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. This is Eldad Amara with another video. Over and out.